Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I am a happy and successful royal master, Eun Im Park. 10,000. 10,000. Earning 10,000.
I want to make 10,000.
Does my story make you want to go for it? Ready? When I was working out this morning, I saw some beautiful flowers in full bloom. And while walking by the river, I saw ducks playing peacefully with each other. They made me wish everything could go back to normal soon. Before doing ATOMY business, I was working as a team leader for Woojing Kowe. And before that, I worked as a yogurt delivery lady for 7 years. The reason I worked so hard was because I got married early in my 20s. I became a mother of 2 children in my mid-20s. As I looked around me, many of my friends were having fun in college, dating, and studying. That's how they spent their 20s. However, as I compared my life with theirs, I became very depressed and had to go to the hospital. The doctor told me, "Just do something." But as a mother of 2 kids, there wasn't much work. I started working in the early mornings as a yogurt delivery lady. For 2 hours every day while my kids were asleep. Somehow, I did that for 7 years. In the mornings, I saw many people living extremely diligent lives. Seeing their diligence, I realized that I could no longer be depressed. So I changed my way of thinking. I've gotten a head start on marriage and raising children. I wanted to retire by the time I was 50, so that at 51, I could live like I was 21 again. After thinking, 51 is the new 21, suddenly I felt happy. So I worked diligently until I found myself turning 40 years old. After working so hard, I was 40 years old and I had 10 years left to reach my goal. So I reevaluated my life. My life did not reflect how hard I had worked and seemed rather hopeless. Our family had a lot of debt from my husband's many failed businesses. We had to take care of 3 children and our in-laws. Despite my sizable income and thrifty expenses, I didn't have enough to prepare for my old age. At that point, I reflected on my life again and thought about what I needed to do in the next 10 years to be prepared for old age by the age of 50. That's when I started thinking that if I was not able to make $10,000 a month, I would not be able to retire at the age of 50. Then I started thinking about what to do. My husband and I had deteriorating health, while my kids were getting older. I was searching desperately when a friend of mine introduced me to ATOMY cosmetics. I tried them and loved it. Actually, 20 years ago, I had worked for the famous company A. So I asked my friend who gave me the products, "Is this a direct selling or an MLM product?" It was an MLM product. When I heard that, I was so excited. Since I tried and liked the product so much, I went to the seminar on my own. I became hopeful that this company could help me make $10,000 a month. So I told my husband about ATOMY business and got him on board. At that time, my income was around $35,000 to $4,000 a month. But I gave it up to do ATOMY business full-time. Today, I want to talk about the importance of becoming an auto sales master at ATOMY. I will reveal today how you can become an auto sales master. How to obtain a golden ticket for an income of $50,000 a month. First, here are the conditions for becoming an auto sales master. From the 1st to the 15th, then from the 16th to the end of the month, you must accumulate at least 2.5 million PVs on both legs. If you maintain those points, you can become an auto sales master. Then you can start earning about $2,000 a month. In times like these, the $2,000 of income of an auto sales master is invaluable. I also want to mention that the $2,000 of income as an auto sales master is like obtaining a golden ticket for a monthly income of $50,000. That's because $2,000 is enough for one's basic living expenses, and it could be capital that will help you reach the compensation ceiling. That's why becoming an auto sales master is incredibly important. But to be honest, earning 2.5 million PVs and becoming an auto sales master isn't easy. I worked extremely hard for about 3 months, but the most points I could accumulate was around 60,000 to 1 million PVs on each leg. What I've learned during those 3 months was that I could never become an auto sales master on my own. In order to become an auto sales master, I must have consumers, auto consumers, partners, part-timers, part-time and full-time contractors in my lineage. I decided to take this approach. After deciding to do it this way, I thought that I should at least become a diamond master. Using this approach, I thought that I could become an auto sales master within a year. That is why President Park also emphasizes that it is crucial for an auto sales master to succeed as an individual when doing ATOMY business. I totally agree. One of my partners asked me the following: how can you become an auto sales master and succeed quickly? He was asking me to give him a manual, but I don't think there's a silver bullet. Let us look at how you can reserve a golden ticket to success through the 8 steps to success. If you want the silver bullet for success, then just remember the 8 steps to success. Shall we look at the 8 steps to success? The first one is dream. The second is resolution. Third, make a list. Meeting, company explanation, follow-up, consultation, and duplication. These are the 8 steps to success. I only fully understood this concept after doing this business and attending multiple lectures about the 8 steps to success. However, in the real world of ATOMY business, these 8 steps were not easy to implement on the field. I was already making $35,000 to $4,000 a month before, which was not a small amount. If I did not reach the $2,000 mark quickly as an auto sales master, I don't think I could have persevered. After transitioning full-time to ATOMY business, I made it my goal to become an auto sales master within a year. From now on, let us take a close look at the 8 steps to success, step by step. The first step is dream. I think dreams are essential when you do ATOMY. A dream clearly defines what you're gaining through ATOMY and why you're doing it. This gives you more courage and acts as a guiding post. That's why when I first encountered ATOMY, the first thing I wrote in my diary was my dreams. One was to no longer pass down poverty to my kids. Another was to retire at the age of 50. And the last one was to help my family and friends. Since I had received so much help from them until now, I started with those dreams. The first person I went to meet was my older brother. But when I told him about ATOMY business, he said, "Don't do things that harm others." After that, I called another brother of mine, and he told me, "If I use these products, I'm worried that you'll keep doing this work, so I'm not even going to use them." I was really hurt when I heard such words. I remember opening my diary in my car to remind myself one more time why I was doing ATOMY. Then I thought to myself, just you wait. I'm going to succeed in ATOMY and get acknowledged. That is why, in this business, your dream acts as a guiding post when it's difficult to have courage and when it's easy to be disappointed. I hope all of you can write down in your journals your why, what you want to gain through ATOMY business. The second step is resolution. I think resolution means the following. It's how you act before and after you join ATOMY. If you've seen ATOMY's vision and made a resolution to do it, then ATOMY must become your priority. Everyone is given 24 hours a day. How are you using those 24 hours? You have things to do which are both urgent and important. Just one of the two, or neither. Where are you investing your 24 hours? How you spend those 24 hours is very important. You must also resolve to reorganize your life. Of course, you have many hobbies and social circles. But if you want to keep all of them while doing ATOMY, you won't have much time for ATOMY business. You have to set your priorities for the sake of your dreams. You need to put off some of the things in your life, and you will be able to enjoy them after you have succeeded. Another resolution to make is within your family. Have you heard of the following book? Don't Let Anyone Steal Your Dreams. According to this book, the people closest to you are stealing your dreams. They could be your husband, your relatives, your family. When I first started this business, the first people that I told was my family, because I couldn't do this business without their support. So I talked to my family first. I shared my dreams and told them that we had to sacrifice some things in order to live a successful life together. I got my family's support that way. There's one more resolution you need to make, and it is to have a positive mindset. I believe that the resolution in the changes before and after you start this business shows the commitment you have to ATOMY. If you have committed to ATOMY, the next step is to take action. You need to make a list. Don't make any assumptions when you make a list. You should write down everyone you know on paper. And write down the products you want to recommend to each person. If you want to focus on this business as a contractor, then you must become a loyal consumer yourself. If you don't become a loyal consumer first, you won't be able to explain the products properly. Then, consumers won't be convinced, and your business won't grow. You need to become a loyal consumer first, and write your first list of people you know the best. Show others who you are as you do ATOMY. If you guide them well and do follow-up, you can make a second list. You need to update your list on a regular basis. In my case, I also shared ATOMY products with those who were close to me. Through their introductions, I made a new list. There were even new contractors who came out of that list. You should share ATOMY products with those close to you first. Then, through follow-ups with them, you can make a second list. Furthermore, as you do this business, you'll get more courage and be able to make a third list of people outside your network. That's why it's so important that you update your lists on a regular basis. The next step is the company explanation. When you explain ATOMY to others, the first thing you should do is to introduce its products, especially the ones you use and like. Unlike the past, these days it seems like there are many people who have already used our products before when you introduce the company to them. These days, my partners tell me that most people are already registered. They say, I know about ATOMY business, but ATOMY had less products back then, so the products those people know are likely beta versions of the current ATOMY products. Now the selection has gotten so much bigger. If you do ATOMY business now, you'll find many new products with great potential. I recommend that you try out the products first, so that you can introduce them actively. If you do that, you'll find many satisfied consumers for ATOMY products. Then you can invite them to the seminars. You must repeat this process many times. These days, the company is providing an incredible array of different kinds of contents. In the beginning, we didn't have anything like that. Nowadays, contractors have so many resources at hand. The content is truly diverse and even entertaining. So, by using this content, you can let people know about ATOMY in a much more diverse way. I hope you can let people know about ATOMY by using such resources. The next step is follow-up. One of the most difficult things for contractors is follow-up. It was hard for me, too. Most consumers will meet you at least once and use the products, but after that, they will make excuses like, I'll let you know if I need this product, or I'm busy right now. Many were reluctant to meet me again. That's why follow-up was hard for me. However, during that time, I told myself that even if I wasn't invited by a lot of people, my duty as an ATOMY contractor was to have a proactive attitude. There are many things I learned about this business after doing follow-ups with my consumers. I learned how to manage relationships and how to talk to people. An important lesson I learned while doing follow-ups was to build trust by listening to what others had to say, instead of talking about myself. People aren't going to act right away after trying ATOMY products or going to a seminar. I think that we might be too impatient. When you do follow-up with consumers, you must be sincere in order to build trust. Once you build trust and identify what kind of life the consumers want through talking with them, you can guide them to a vision of ATOMY that fits them. In my case, the first person that I invited to a seminar as part of my follow-up was my first partner. We met at a mini spa. Initially, I was telling her about ATOMY toothpaste. As we talked, I realized that the most important thing for her was the membership code inheritance system. So we talked about that in depth. And she gained a personal vision. Now she's a royal master like me. There's a phrase in Chinese characters that captures what I've realized through doing follow-up. It's do your best and leave the rest. Do everything you possibly can, then wait for things to fall into place. What I've learned from doing follow-up, if you seek out people and you meet them with sincerity on a consistent basis, they will trust and follow you. The next is consultation. Given my personality, consultation was very difficult. I was used to working alone. So it wasn't easy to consult and discuss with my sponsor. But in this business, I realized that consulting was very important. It is a time to talk about the direction of your business and have your business evaluated and guided by your sponsor. It's important to not only work hard, but also to evaluate whether you're going in the right direction through consultation with your sponsor. I think those who consult with their sponsors are also able to grow faster. Finally, the crucial last step is duplication. If you've been working hard to become an auto sales master, then the next step is to educate and train your partners and let them know about ATOMY exactly. It's important to grow with them together inside this system. On duplication, President Park talked about the law of immutable template. You're the important first template. There's a saying, children act just like their parents. It's the same with ATOMY. It feels like my partners are slowly becoming like me. My partners were duplicating all the things I have done. So what you do matters. Your attitude, how you go about this business, and how you focus are the traits that your partners will see and follow. This is duplication. So with the 8 steps to success, and with consumers, auto consumers, partners, part-timers, and full-timers within your lineage, you can become a successful auto sales master. That was my approach. There is a way to earn $10,000 a month in only 1 year. From now, I will talk about how I implemented the 8 steps to success in a practical manner in the field to become an auto sales master. As I mentioned, I made a tidy income before ATOMY. So the longer it took, the more difficult it would have been for me. Many contractors think that they truly want to become an auto sales master. But they don't have a specific timeline in mind. That's why you must have a timeline and a deadline if you want to become an auto sales master. For me, I set my deadline within 1 year. So I made specific plans on how I was going to implement the 8 steps to success in my work within this 1-year period. In your first and second months, I think it is very important that you really inscribe in your hearts what you want to gain and why you must do ATOMY business. I believe you must be sure of the sacrifices you will have to make in order to succeed. The next steps are make a list and meeting. Most people take a really long time to actually write a list of people and to meet them in person. It takes a lot of courage. Since I only had 1 year to make it work, I had no time to lose. I made my list in a day. At first, I decided I would meet at least 8 people a day. President Park said in his lectures to bring the actual products and show them to people. So I took ATOMY products with me to show people. Sometimes I took some products that I hadn't used. Then some consumers would ask me, "How much shampoo is in the bottle?" Since I hadn't used it, I would just repeat what the leaflet said. In the end, they didn't buy it because there was no trust. That was when I started thinking that I had to become a loyal consumer before I introduced the products to others. When you are making a list and telling people about ATOMY, the most important thing is to bring the actual products with you. It's a lot more effective for building trust to show the consumers the product and let them use it, rather than just repeating what the leaflet says. The first 3 months is a time for you to show yourself. You should bring a lot of products and meet a lot of people. In addition, doing product follow-ups is crucial. It's essential to do follow-ups with your consumers, to check if they are using the products correctly or if they have any issues with the product. Actually, it's very difficult for a consumer to switch brands, especially for cosmetic products. So another strategy that I used was bringing products that I could test directly. I brought easy-to-test products such as sunscreen, peeling gel, and BB cream. I brought these ready-to-go products with me to show and introduce to consumers. If you are able to do follow-ups on the consumers for about 4 months, you will see that your consumers will want to use the products, and they will give you feedback. They'll lead to a new round of introductions. When I was about 7 months into the business, I realized that many of my friends and acquaintances trusted and bought ATOMY products from me. But no matter how much I talked about the company's vision and invited them to the seminars, I couldn't convince anybody because my life had not yet been successful. So, in my 7th month, I made yet another resolution. I decided to go to places where people didn't know me at all. I resolved to do it. I would write a new chapter by going somewhere new. So I set off with ATOMY products. From then, I started a 3rd list of total strangers, since these people didn't know me from before. They saw me as I was. I explained to them the company vision and about the seminars after introducing the products, and some of them went. So I began leading new people to seminars. So I think one of the most important things in doing this business is renewed resolutions. After making the resolution to become an auto sales master in 1 year, at the halfway mark of 6 months, I evaluated myself once more. I only had 6 months left. So I asked myself if I could become an auto sales master in that time. After evaluating myself, I made a new resolution. That's how I paved a new path with a 3rd list of people I didn't know in Gwangju. One time, I was in Gwangju when one of my consumers told me, "I'll put hot coals on my hands if you succeed through an MLM here." Gwangju is a very closed-minded and hard-to-penetrate place. This was her warning. But I told her, "The ATOMY that I know is different." To which she said, "So many people are doing ATOMY in Gwangju. I've never seen a single one of them succeed." So I told her again, "The ATOMY I know is different. I will absolutely succeed through it." That was how I paved my path in Gwangju with my ATOMY business. Do you know what the strength of ATOMY products is? Absolute quality, absolute price. Because of these strengths, even when I went to unfamiliar places, more and more consumers started using the products I brought. I would invite them to seminars, and that was how I grew my business. One of the most important things when doing this business is to set yourself a timeline. Your hard work will be in vain without it. The 8 steps to success can act as a guide that you can implement in your life to reach the goals within the timeline you set for yourself. Use the 8 steps to success to evaluate yourself at various points and improve yourself. Ask yourself if you need to improve your company introduction, follow-up, or invitations. I evaluated myself at the 6th month mark and again at 9 months. I evaluated myself constantly during the 1 year it took to become an auto sales master. In my lineage, you can find consumers, auto consumers, partners, part-timers, and full-timers. That's how I could become an auto sales master. With a timeline and a goal, I saw my weaknesses, and I could identify areas for improvement and how I could upgrade myself. So setting a timeline is very important. Using the 8 steps to success, I accomplished my goal within 1 year. There's one more thing I want to share with you today. Have you heard of superhumans? A superhuman. I heard this term a lot last year. As I turned 40, I was able to reflect upon my life and improve my life by choosing ATOMY. I think superhumans are people who constantly evaluate themselves as they run a business, checking if they are improving each year. Superhumans are always improving. I want to challenge all of you who are committed to ATOMY business to constantly improve yourselves. I'd like to conclude by wishing all of you great success as you reach the top. Thank you.